Wow, okay, really don't want to make this video. Why would I want to make a video? It's 9:15 in the morning and I have to do my kettlebell workout. I'm almost 63 and I'm just grateful that I can still work out. So I don't know what the title of this video. Should it be called Why I Did Not Buy the Seiko SLA065? So I met a friend of my YouTube channel, Ken, at Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf at the Del Amo Mall in Torrance yesterday morning around 9:30. And Ken, he's salt of the earth. He's a therapist with close to 20 years of therapy experience. And he has 40 watches. He knows a little bit about going down the rabbit hole. It was great to see Ken. He's 40 years old, and he's been in the watch enthusiasm world for about, I think he said 4 or 5 years. So it hit him pretty hard. And here's this man with what's the word? Equanimity, poise, savvy, soundness of mind, calmness of temperament, real salt of the earth. And it was healthy for me as someone who's mercurial and fiery and moody to see someone with such calm be similar to me when it comes to going down the watch rabbit hole. Now, I don't have 40 watches currently, but I've had as many as 60, so yeah, that's crazy. So here's what happened. We met. He saw me, he recognized me walking outside. I saw him. He was wearing a Seiko Astron. What was it? The SSG005, a business watch of 39 millimeters. Looked amazing. I think it's about $1,000 watch. So we walked into Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. He had the SLA065, the Astrolabe Blue. And as you know, here I am. I have the 62 Moss. Neighbor's dog is losing its sanity. But so I have this. So I know what I love the 62 Moss design, and was very interested in getting an SLA version of it. And so he had the original box. It was still on the tags. And I put it on the table, and I looked at it, and I marveled at the beauty of this watch. And then I put it on my wrist, and I don't know why, but the blue dial with the blue bezel, it disappeared on my wrist in ways that this black bezel with a gray dial does not, which clearly, for those of us who've been in the watch hobby, we know that size and wrist presence is largely an optical illusion determined by several factors, the shape of the watch, the colors, and all that. Interestingly, he told me he also has the limited edition. I think there's only 300 of the white dial of that Astrolabe. I think it's white with some kind of gold in it. And he has too many watches. He sold a Citizen Atessa. Those Atessas, I don't know, man. They're so beautiful, and then people don't wear them. They sell them at a big loss. It's been my experience. And I told him, man, I love your Astron. It makes me want to get an Astron. And I thought about it, and it's one of those things where because I've been collecting for 20 years, I see my patterns of behavior as a watch collector, the long-term trajectory, and I'm concerned that I could get a Astron. There are 42 millimeter and 43 millimeter models that are absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. I don't even know, man. They're so gorgeous. There's one called the SBXC021. It's also called the SSH021. It's been out for a while. And there are variations of those. They're absolutely stunning. They're Grand Seiko level of refinement. But I don't know. My long-term trajectory. I always go back to retro divers, and I just I don't know. It might create too much anxiety. So speaking of anxiety, this morning I received a message from one of my watch friends, Mark. And Mark said he's unloading his Seiko High Beat SLA039 and he was offering it to me. Interesting, right after the day after I had a meeting with Ken. This is a first world problem. So I wore that 039 at a watch meetup a year and a half ago. I think it was a year and a half ago. And it's one of the most beautiful watches I've ever seen or worn in my life. And when I wore it, I looked at Mark and I go, how do you wear any other watch other than this? This has everything going for it. I wouldn't know what to do. And I said the same thing to Ken yesterday. His Seiko Astron, that was him. And I don't even know how why would you rotate that? So, Ken and I discussed, here I am, I'm digressing. I'm digressing. We discussed the age-old watch enthusiast dilemma. You want to bond with one watch, or maybe 2 or 3 watches at the most. At the same time, your curiosity for watches causes you to amass more watches than you can handle. Yeah, we discussed that. Good luck with that. But I told Mark, he offered me this SLA039, which is gorgeous. I said, you got to give me 24 hours to process the offer. If I bought that 039, that surely would be the death of this channel. What am I going to do? Wear the 039 every day? Every day? Hello, this is 039 update. We got the 039 update. All you guys would see is me wearing the 039 doing it. I don't know, man. Might lose my mind. Why would I buy the 039? Well, because it's part of the plan, right? It's this. You know what's crazy? It's actually bigger than my MM300, my SLA023. It's bigger. It's bigger. I mean, my 023 is 44. This 039 is 45. And the 039 is thick, too. It might even be thicker. And this is insane. This is the whole insanity of the 039. It's on a 19 millimeter strap. I think Mark stuffed it on a 20 millimeter. He's just, I'm gonna do a little Procrustean adjustment here, son. He put a 20. He just stuffed that 20 in there. He's a United States Marine, so he can do that. He's allowed to do that little Procrustean adjustment. He's just stuck a 20 on there. But if I got that, I'd probably, because I'm OCD, I'd probably buy a 19 Uncle Tropic, an Uncle Tropic 19. But so I gotta deal with that, man. Funny. Yesterday I was at peace. I had this great talk with Ken. He wasn't mad at me for not buying the 065, and in my heart I was thinking, what you really wanted for that 6 watch is the Seiko Captain Willard Ice Diver Gray. Ice Diver Gray, and you were thinking of, I was using the indefinite second person. I was thinking of that's what you get for using ChatGPT and AI, McMahon. You're getting your pronouns mixed up. Yeah. So I was at peace. I'll just get this $900 Captain Willard Gray. It'll complete the collection. Everything will be complete, and I'll have achieved peace of mind. Why are you talking like Pierre Stinky Depew? And Pierre Depew, I think. But and then so Mark offers me this power watch, and it's what can I say about this power watch? It's I don't know, man. I was watching Ali Wong, her post-divorce comedy special, and what makes her such a successful comedian is she's so bold. She knows who she is, and that's kind of like the SLA039. It's not pretending to be anything other than it is. It's not trying to be a Submariner or a this or a that. It's not trying to be a Panerai. It's like Seiko saying, we own the retro diver category, and this is it, and it's extreme, bold iteration. Deal with it. And I love that attitude. That's why Ali Wong's a successful comedian. Yeah, because she knows who she is. And that SLA039, wow, I got 24 hours to think about this. Why would I not buy it? I'll tell you why. When I didn't buy the 065 yesterday, I had a thought. This blue dial watch is going to compete with my 023 and my 055. And I'm kind of thinking that about the 039. So I gotta consider this. But I don't know. I have to process this. This is what we call a first world problem. But you know what? I'm not ashamed of it. I'm imagining myself living in New York, and I'm part of the Cognoscenti, and I go to art. I'm just looking at timepieces as pieces of wall art, paintings, and I rub shoulders with people in the art world, and you get offers, and you get trade offers and buy offers, and you got to make decisions all the time. You got to make big boy decisions and wear your big boy pants. Even though these decisions make you anxious as hell, you got to look at it within perspective. I mean, with all the, it's a hobby. Don't lose your mind over it, McMahon. I had a great talk yesterday with Ken, and it reminded me that sanity and friendship is more important than the watches. And I messaged Mark. I said, give me 24 hours to think about it. Man, what a huge temptation, man. Huge temptation. Wow. That's insane. I don't know. So I gotta consider that. That offer that I got came about a half hour ago, so I didn't even have time to process it because of this video that I'm making you. I just felt like I owed you a post-Ken meeting about the 065. And so it's a lot to process. So should not have made the video because I was processing too many things at once. And I have to work out. I've got to do the kettlebell. I would like to make videos while I'm doing kettlebell stuff, but that would require a cameraman. Do you have a cameraman? No, I don't have a cameraman. Is one of your daughters going to do the camera work for you? That would be interesting. I don't know. I doubt it. Doubt that's going to happen. I would like to share some of my kettlebell expertise. But if in the meanwhile, go to Mark Wildman on YouTube for true expert kettlebell instruction. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first world problems, trying to keep everything in perspective. Enjoyed an hour-long conversation with Ken. How can I end this? I recommended that Ken watch 2 Netflix shows that I'm obsessed with: The Extraordinary Attorney Woo and Itaewon Class, both K-dramas from Korea. Those shows are outstanding. Highly recommend them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the kettlebell torture session. Until next time, I'm out.